being stabbed and everything.
You've seen people that are homeless jumping off the bridge?
Yeah, they left me on the streets 9 months pregnant.
She had to choose whether or not she was buying nappies or sanitary protection.
In some London boroughs, as many as 1 in 10 children don't have a permanent place to call home.
The prospect of sudden homelessness is terrifying when all this equipment is essential for everyday life. But Crystal, who has a rare condition that affects her muscles, is facing a no-fault eviction from this privately rented bungalow. Bailiffs could arrive any day.
What would your life be like even for one night without all of this?
Oh, so painful. So incredibly painful.
Where are you going to go?
I don't know. At this moment in time, no idea.
I'm afraid it's going to be death.
I would never see myself 16 years ago sitting outside of a baker's.
I've been kicked, I've been paid, I've been pissed on, been spat at. I've had a man grab a hold of my head and put it between his legs.
We're facing the worst cost of living crisis in recorded history.
I've done stuff that I wouldn't want to confess to, but let's just say you don't meet someone like me every day.
Fair play.
But I'm here through domestic violence. Horrible upbringing. My mum, she died when I was 15 off heroin. And I wanted to make my own family, so I had my children with their dad, and he decided that he was going to knock me out every time and bring me round, and he put a rope around my neck and he hung his.
So he tried to kill you?
Yeah, he did, yeah. I woke up in hospital and they said that I had tried to commit suicide because that's what he told them.
So they told you, they didn't want to hear your side of the story of what happened, they just told you?
They didn't know. They didn't want to know, no. I was pregnant on the streets for 9 months as well, you know.
Wow, pregnant, that must have been so tough.
I've never met my youngest son. I've never met him.
So did you give birth, but then they took the kid off you?
I had a C-section. I came round for my C-section, he was gone. They said because of the circumstances that I'm living, homelessness, I wasn't allowed to see my child. Like I've never held his hand. I've never looked at him. Like I haven't even got a picture of him.
That's so bizarre that they didn't even allow you to even speak to him. Like, I mean, even for the child as well. Like, it seems so unfair.
I had an operation pretty much for nothing. Like, you know, that boy will never know who I am.
That doesn't seem just at all. So sorry that that's happened.
And to top it all off, my dad died 3 days before Christmas. He got hit by a car. So yeah.
I'm so sorry. So then
I've had really bad luck. Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Paul. We're on the streets of Newcastle at the minute. What's life?
The vicious circle.
Why is it a vicious circle?
Because everyone's out for what they can get. Everyone's just against each other. Got to stick together.
And who do you mean when you say that?
It's got to come to the point where everyone's going to just start, like, if we'll start fighting, they will. I don't know when there's going to be an end to it, because it needs to stop this. It does need to stop. We're all English. You don't see, like, I'm not racist, but you don't see foreigners on the streets. It's wrong, you know, everyone's treated different in life.
To be fair, I would say that this isn't really true. I've met a lot of people from abroad on the streets, for example, like this man called Ash.
So you got like a camp out here, which is pretty cool. So what was your name?
Ash.
Ash. So It's nice to meet you, Ash. What's your thoughts? Why did you want to do it in the outskirts rather than living in the city centre?
City centre is too rough for me because...
Too rough?
Yeah, I used to live in city centre, so it's like nighttime. You get people coming pissing on your tent.
Pissing on your tent?
Yeah, they're pushing each other to the tent. You know, when they're joking, the other guy pushes his friend and it's coming to your tent, so he's slamming on your tent. And he just jumping on your tent, throw the cigarette in it, so if it's gonna set on a fire. If I want to go to shop now, I can go up there and come back. But city centre, you go and come back, you see your tent is not there with no property, nothing in it.
Wait, so people just take everything from your tent?
I don't beg. I've been robbed loads. I got bicycle. My bicycle has been robbed here. I was asleep, somebody come and take the key out of my pocket, open the lock, and you take my bicycle. When you're sleeping rough, you have to expect everything. And that's why I try to like stay far from town. Sometimes you're coming back, the rats go into your food, you eat all your food.
Rats eat all your food?
Yeah, and it's like, you have to have a container. I've been robbed by birds, by magpie, by rats, because when you don't put in a container, they kind of smell it, they come in, take it, it fucks everything.
Animals, rodents, they're stealing all the food.
And I got my cat, I don't know where she is now. I used to look after the cat. When I come out, she's still coming to look after me. Look after me, no rats, no nothing come to me. Okay. And after in the morning, she's going back to the hostel.
That's good, so you got a cat nearby. Obviously, it's been quite hot recently. Is
it
like...
was hot and raining as well. I had disaster. Just in the morning, I changed all my cardboard box on there because when it get wet, it get the smell, it gets soggy. It's like you walk into the pond. It's a stink, man. So I have to change, and I'm a little bit. I'm OCD, everything from A to Z. I got everything. Yeah, that's why I have to keep changing it. Like try, like keep it clean. Don't make too much trouble. Look after the neighbors. Don't scream.
I mean, you've picked like a good corner as well. Like, so you're not in the way of anyone.
Whatever hell I do, it was wet. It was wet. So I had to keep moving. And the city council used to come and just cut the grass, like you see. But when you see I'm here, they didn't touch that area for me. So I got a little bit hiding from the main road because before you can't see me from down the roundabout. So the guy coming who's cutting the grass, leave me a little bit of space for me. That's why I put them.
Yeah, this is amazing.
Yeah, because I get mold down there when I want to go to the tent.
Like almost like
yeah, man, because when I want to go there, I have to come here, get the mud. I have to come here, half it.
Yeah.
Come here, dry, and after going in my tent. So I don't want it to get muddy and stinky and smelly. So I have to make sure it's all right.
Yeah.
If I do it once, if I go muddy.
No, I really appreciate this because it's almost like you've created a home, even though you're on the street. It's a very nice place.
Thank you very much. I got experience. I used to live in a tent 5 years ago. I used to have the German Shepherd. I lost my German Shepherd. She passed away. After that, I didn't get any dog. So when I see dogs, I just love to have one. But in that situation, none of the dog deserve to come and live with me like that. I don't care because I respect animals.
That's good. Now that you've got this place, maybe a dog would be happy.
I got cat biscuit, I got everything for that cat.
So the
because,
cat,
you know,
if
I don't have a food for myself, I have to make it sure. I got my cat biscuit here, Whiskas, she don't need anything else. She have to have a Dreamers. So she got wet food, she got tuna, everything, man. So it's like, I have to make it sure she have everything, and then I can get my own stuff. So it's like if I bring the dog here, and it's like, if I'm hungry, I can't survive, but if that dog is hungry, I hate myself. If I'm suffering, why I have to make my suffering to share it with you?
That's a good mindset to have. That's the one thing I'm just thinking, it must be harder living out here.
Alone! When you live alone, you go cuckoo!
No, that's not what I was going to say. Is like, it must be harder to get food, right?
Because it is. The problem is, I'm not greedy. One kid's meal all day, it fills me up.
So you don't eat very much.
No, but the boys, every time when they come out, like now, they're coming to visit me, they bring me a tea. Any food come in there, fruit and if I want water, if I want anything. So that's what I mean, the boys look after me. One of the neighbors, he's got the big dog German Shepherd, and he's got a restaurant, so sometimes weekend, he's coming with big portion. People looking after me, I give them favor, look after them, walking with the dogs. If they want to do something, I helping them. The reason I'm here because I'm not allowed to go to any hostel.
Yeah.
I'm not entitled to no benefit, nothing. I'm not allowed to work. And I don't beg on the street, I don't do things like that. I'm here 15 years, I come here to claim asylum, and I'm still in the same situation. They don't deport me because I don't have criminal record or stuff like that, and they know my country is not safe for me if I go back. So it's like, they just leave me like that. If you want to stay without no benefit, no accommodation. If you want to go back, we help you to go back. Go back where? I don't want anything, I'm alright, man. I just live for the day. I used to think about tomorrow, what I'm going to eat, where I'm going to do. Now, nothing, man. I just live for today. Maybe I don't wake up tomorrow.
I hope you do, man.
Yeah, because I got PTSD and I got ADHD. I got medication. That's why they kick me out now, because I got mental health problems. Sometimes I'm screaming and I'm harmless. I'm just hurting myself, like banging the ball, and stuff like that. I said, man, you're too crazy and you make the other people uncomfortable. So get out.
Where did the PTSD come from? Did something happen?
He's like when I was young, when I was kids and I used to have a rough life. My dad used to be gangster. Police used to bang the door 4 o'clock in the morning coming in, and I had motorbike accident when I was 16, 15. I lost all my, this is all denture. This is not the real teeth, this is all denture.
And that was from a motorbike accident?
Yeah, all of them is gone.
It sounds like you could do with some food. Is there anything else that you kind of need?
Man, I like coffee. Okay. But I like good coffee. Kenko.
What kind of time do you get up so I know what time to bring you?
Man, I'm 24/7 wake.
No, you must sleep at some
point. I sleep 2 hours in 24 hours.
Okay.
I swear to God.
So if I'm here early tomorrow morning, like with a coffee, that you'll probably be awake.
If you want to come to see me with coffee, you should better come with Costa coffee.
Costa,
if you want to come with, bring me the jar, bring me the Kenko. So it's up to you. If you pay £1.50 more, you can get the jar, man. And with the jar, I can have coffee every day instead of having it one day.
What? How does it work?
Like that. Yeah. If I have this, I can make it every day.
Okay. So it's lovely to meet you. You don't need to say your name. But how did you end up on the street?
Through violence of export. I was 7 years.
There's violence that caused you to end up on the streets?
Yeah. If I didn't have drug money for him, for his drink, he used to bat us all over.
And was that, so you essentially ended up homeless because you were trying to flee away from someone being...
Yeah, I couldn't do anything. I've been on and off the streets for about 2 years now.
2 years is an extremely long time, especially in Newcastle as well, because it's quite cold up here, especially in the winter. Like, how do you find the winters up here?
It's really, really bad, really cold. I've got sometimes I sofa surf at my friend's house, but I try and make enough money to get in the B&B. It doesn't help when people waking you up through the night. When they know you're asleep, or when you open your eyes, a person stand over you doing what they shouldn't be doing.
Really bad things that they...
Touching themselves down below, a man.
Wow, I'm so sorry that that's happened. And that, not only that, but you're trying to sleep at the same time, so you're getting woken up and then woken up to one of the most horrible things.
Yeah. I've been kicked, I've been pissed on, been spat at. I've had a man grab a hold of my head and put it between his legs as if I'm doing something to him. And people just laugh, they think it's a huge joke, it's wrong.
I'm Chris, hello.
Nice to meet you, man. I'm Andy. Have you been out on the streets long?
I've been on and off the streets for about 10 years, on and off. Cost me quite a lot, really, my teeth for a start, and other things, relationships and stuff. I'll admit to you right now, I'm intransigent in doing what I'm told. I'm tardy in my timekeeping, and I'm slapdash in my approach to detail, and employers don't like that, really. They want people who do what they're told, get there on time and not making mistakes. I'm trained as a bookkeeper.
So you had a good job?
Got a degree in A-levels, but that doesn't hold currency, that doesn't provide an income.
So even though you had that good job, how did you end up on the streets?
I had mental health difficulties.
Your name again, my friend?
Alan Williams. Yeah.
Well, let me zoom out a bit. So I'm Andy. It's nice to meet you, my friend. How did you end up on the streets?
Just came for my dad, and then found my dad dead on the 28th of March. I woke up and he was dead, and I'm just waiting for the council and Gateshead to find us somewhere now. But we're not having any kids or anything. I'm not a priority.
Did him being dead like that did that cause you to end up on the streets?
Yeah, aye. That's why I ended up on the streets, because I was living with my dad.
So then you ended up getting forced out of the house?
Property, yeah, because obviously I tried to stay there, but they wouldn't let us. And then they tried to put us in a hostel through Sunderland, but I'm an ex-addict, so I didn't really want to go over there because it's full of fucking addicts. And the council said I can't say no, but it's not easy as saying no, is it? You know what I mean?
No, 100%. Like, so what the council was just like, even though you're an ex-addict, they were just like, go in there anyway.
I just say no, you can't say no. I said it's not easy as that, so I'd rather stay out on the streets where I know I can get by myself, and then rather than being in a place like that where fucking drugs are right in front of you and you're going to end up using again, aren't you?
Mate, fair play to you. So basically, you ended up on the streets because you really wanted to stay away from drugs.
Aye.
Because it must have felt really terrible. So you just found your dad's dead and then you're on the street.
Aye, it hasn't been easy, like. I mean, aye. It's not easy, but you have to get by, you know what I mean? Life's life, man. Somebody always worse off, so you do what you can, basically. Just waiting for the council. When them find out somewhere, hope to God to do. Before the Christmas, hopefully, before the weather gets bad, you know what I mean? It doesn't help when the fucking weather's with minuses and stuff.
Especially, yeah, because in Newcastle as well, up here, it can get really cold.
I can get cold, aye. Very cold. And then if you haven't got a decent place to get your head down and shelter or doorway, if you're out in the open, you're gonna fucking be bad, aren't you?
So then you lost both of your parents, I think, and obviously your kids that have been taken. And is that kind of how you ended up on the streets?
Domestic violence, all of it, just everything, like all of it, yeah.
So was that you kind of went onto the streets to escape that person that sounded like a horrible person?
So I've got 3 boys. My oldest 2, they got taken into care through domestic violence. When they got taken, I just give up. I give up. They left me with all the Ben's belongings. They left me with all of his stuff. like both of them. I was just in a world of crap, really. Like, I was looking at the boys' things, like I couldn't process it in my head what had happened. So I just left that place, ended up on the streets, got with a partner, domestic violence kicked off again.
So this was on the streets. Was this on the streets that you had another partner, and but that one also turned out to be violent?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I've got a story like right so, but
And in terms of like life as like a pregnant person on the streets, like what was that like?
absolutely disgusting. Like, I didn't even know I was pregnant, to be quite honest. I didn't. You don't take, like, when you're out here, you don't take your clothes off. Like, you don't, you know, like, you get a shower, but you don't look at yourself. Do you know, like, 'cause there's no mirrors to do that, you know. So I didn't really even realise I was putting any weight, but I wasn't really putting weight on. I wasn't eating or nothing, really. Ethan was 3 pounds 2 when he was born.
So he was really, really small.
He was really small.
And do you think, was it probably, I'm assuming you probably weren't eating that much just at the same time, so probably there wasn't that much food getting across to him?
Yeah, no. Yeah. So I had a C-section and I came home from it. He was gone, so I kicked off with the nurse and I got told to leave.
So then they essentially kicked you out. I mean, you kicking off makes complete sense.
I had a C-section.
Wow, okay. I mean...
It's all on record, like, to be proven, like, you know.
Yeah, fair play. I mean, you've been through, like, a tremendous, like, amount of stuff.
Yeah, that's only half of it, like, you know. I can't... There's stuff you can't talk about because it'll just break me, like, you know, but...
Don't worry, we don't need to talk about that. But fair play to you. The fact that you're still here, and when I walked past, I think you were singing, and like it's good. But that's good. Like, it's good that you have that. It's good that you have that, like, positive, or like, you know, doing something positive. That's good.
I've only got myself, and I'm not the best of singers.
I don't know. I think I thought it was pretty cool. So fair play. What was your name, friend?
Johnny.
So I'm Andy. It's nice to meet you, man. It's a bit more comfortable. You said you've been on the street since January. How did you end up here?
My mother died.
Serious?
I lived with my mum. Where she lived was private property. She paid the bills. So when she passed away, the landlord took the property back and I ended up on the street.
Mate, you don't even know, like, this is, the people I've been speaking to, you're the second, maybe even the third person that similar things happen to. It's horrible when that happens.
Yeah, just gotta get on with it though.
So when you were first homeless, it's January, so winter as well.
It's hard work. When the weather's cold, it is horrible. Like, you just gotta keep it wrapped up. Plenty of layers.
And did you have any days where you kind of got, like, soaking wet or whatever, and then you couldn't...
Loads, it happens all the time. It's hard to get dry. There's no way you can get dry. There's no way we can even get a shower now like that, man. It's ridiculous.
So there's not really any help. So you've been out here since January, so if there was help, you would know about it.
Well, of course. The clothes, the drop in and everything.
So how did you end up here?
Through arguing with my mum all the time. I ended up drinking, taking drugs, ended up getting in trouble in school. Hanging with the wrong crowds, not good.
And how do you think that hanging out with the wrong people contributed to you ending up on the street?
Because I thought I was big, clever when I was younger, you know. I wanted to be in with the crowd and this is where it led us. This is where it got us. Nowhere in life. It's upsetting, really, like, it's upsetting.
What is it that makes you so upset about the life?
The life I had, to life now sitting outside of a baker's, not good. Not good at all.
Is there nice people on the streets as well, or is it mostly just horrible people like that?
It's mostly spacehead, mate who's on the streets.
Okay, so a lot of the other people that are on the streets do drugs kind of things?
Yeah.
Have you ever been tempted to go into that lifestyle?
No, definitely not, mate.
Fair play to you, because that must be tough, because of how tough it is.
It is tough.
Do you ever feel safe on the streets, or?
When I'm with like one of my friends, yes. But if I'm by myself, no, you don't feel safe. You feel vulnerable because I'm a woman.
What did it feel like when you first were on the streets?
I used to cry really hard. It's horrible. So cold. So cold. Sometimes it's really cold when it's snowing or when it's raining. If you're not covered over like by shelter, you get soaking.
So you literally had to be homeless through the snow. Like, what's that like? I mean,
proper rough. It's horrible. I was waking up and my fingers were purple and everything. I couldn't feel my toes.
But that's the crazy thing, though, is that you went from a good job to on the streets, and I think that shows that it could happen to anyone.
I dabbled a little bit in substances, but I wouldn't put that down to it, really. I'd say it was an adjustment difficulty between what we're taught to expect from this life and this society and what the reality is for many people nowadays. And I just think we went wrong, really, from 1975 onwards on these islands.
What happened in 1975?
Margaret Thatcher took over the Tory party, shifted it far to the right. 81, British industry was decimated in two ways.
Do you think that Margaret Thatcher may have contributed to the reason why you're on the streets right now?
I would say that would be far too simplistic.
But don't you think if Margaret Thatcher hadn't sold off all of the council houses back in the 80s, maybe the government would have had one to give you?
Perhaps if they'd not been ideological about the building of new houses and reinvested the receipts from sold houses in building new houses, but they were against government doing it and the state doing it on principle.
Is there anything that's really tough that's happened to you whilst on the streets?
Losing my teeth. More to do with nutrition and availability of good enough food. Just harsh living, you know, and you don't get them back. I'm talking 16, 17,000 to 25,000 pounds to get your teeth replaced, and I'm 51. And I hope I'll get to 80, but I've been diagnosed with stuff I don't want to believe. I'm in denial about my diagnosis. But
so you're kind of talking about how your nutrition has not been very good, and that's caused your teeth to fall out.
They weren't bashed out, but I know what it's like to take a punch in the face for nothing. But
do you say someone punched you in the face?
I have been assaulted on the streets occasionally, but it depends. You can usually avoid trouble just by how you hold yourself or whether you keep your wits about you, you know. If it's not your time, you're okay, but when it's your time, you know, it's not right to wriggle on the hook.
Why did someone punch you in the face?
I was involved in shenanigans. People would gather money into school and then give the money to people who provide substances, and they would then dish it back out. And I changed my mind about being prepared to give money to someone because I suspected that they'd ripped me off. And a woman it was, and assaulted me and chipped my tooth. And that was...
A woman assaulted you?
A young lady, woman, not young lady, a young woman. Just came up, punched me, whacked me in the face for refusing to hand over my money because I intuited that they weren't to be trusted. You live and learn, don't you, bro?
Yeah, you certainly do, man. It's really good that you really passionately don't want to get back onto the drugs. What do you think that would be like if you fell back into the drugs?
Oh man, no. My life's just been one hell of a fucking roller coaster. I may as well be dead if I come back on them drugs.
Why is that?
That's all you live for then, is drugs, drugs, drugs. You know what I mean? It's no good, man. No good. You don't have a life. You want to get somewhere and fucking get a job or something, man. You know what I mean? You don't even exist. So, nah, that's not for me. I'm 42 now. You know what I mean? Done 20 odd year, like, that's no good. No good whatsoever.
What are you hoping for, like, in a few years' time?
So I'm only supposed to be here for about 6 months.
Council?
Yeah. I was speaking to them today from 9 till 12, and they said that it's a 6-month waiting list now. So I'm on a 6-month waiting list for accommodation, which is supported accommodation to support you from the transaction of being homeless back at a normal society.
To me, it's mad that it's 6 months.
They left me on the streets 9 months pregnant. Like, they're not gonna.
Yeah, I mean this is what I think seems different to me in Newcastle, is like they don't seem to be prioritising people that are particularly vulnerable. I don't know whether they just got a list and they just go one by one. I don't know.
I've had a lot of people today saying, well, it must be your choice why you're homeless. It's not. Like, it's not. I'm in them council offices Monday to Friday, 9 till 12. The rest of the day I have to make money to eat, like, but yeah, I'm trying. Like,
fair play. Yeah, I like fair play to you with everything that you're doing, and I think it's an important message for people to realise that, like, people like yourself, you're not here by choice. Like, you're doing everything you can to get out of this situation.
I didn't have any start from the word go, to be honest. Like, my mum, she left me outside of social services in a buggy with a note on the top of it saying I'll be back on Monday to pick her up. She was just mentally unstable, like, and she did. She went back on Monday to pick me up. They wouldn't give me her.
Oh, so your mum just left you at the nursery for a few days and just went home?
She did, yeah. She was absolutely mental, like.
And then I'm guessing, did you get taken into probably like foster care after that?
I did, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Fair play.
Basically, it's all down to myself. I hold my hands up, apologise to my mum and dad for when I was younger, you know what I mean? But too late now.
I know what you're saying, but I feel like it's not too late in some ways, right? There's still plenty of time for, you know, to get off the streets and hopefully to have another part of life, you know?
Yeah. That's all I want, is to get off the streets and start a new life, you know? We're this end, I don't know where it's going to end. We're judged all the time, like, get called smackheads, like, or get called worse than anything, you know? We're just human beings, we're just normal people, just had a hard life and just trying to make up for it, really. Like.
How does it make you feel when you get judged like that?
Very, 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 very low, upset.
Is that because I can tell that you're upset? Would you say, is that probably one of the main things that makes you feel so upset?
This is the life I had, the life I'm living now. I would never see myself 16 years ago sitting outside of a baker's.
Yeah. It feels like there's a lot of people that are homeless in Newcastle. What do you reckon there's so many people on the streets here?
Because the council and that just don't give a shit. They don't even try to help the more vulnerable immigrants.
You think that the council's just like saying, no, you guys have to stay out here?
They're putting all these immigrants and that's coming in on board before, which is wrong. We're born and bred in this country. They should be putting people from this country first.
And have you spoken to the council to see whether they can?
I put 3 bids in every week.
Every week, and they still haven't found your place?
I still haven't found a place.
It shouldn't be like that, man. What's the worst thing that's happened whilst you've been on the streets?
I've had everything. I've been stabbed and everything.
You've been stabbed?
I stabbed in the neck.
Oh yeah, I can see that. Yeah, like the big scar.
I had to get my pal to stitch it up with a needle and thread.
You just needled it yourself. You fixed it yourself.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you mind if I ask? You don't have to answer this, but what's that like to be stabbed? Because that's nuts.
To be honest, I didn't feel it. My adrenaline and that was gone, so I didn't even know I had been stabbed until about 10 minutes later.
10 minutes later, you realised that you were stabbed because there's so much adrenaline.
It was my pal that pointed it out. He said that I was bleeding on my neck and
Your pal basically said to you, mate, look out, you're bleeding like crazy. Man. And then you didn't think to go to hospital. You were like, right, I'm just going to stitch this up.
The police and that didn't help them all against and stuff. Them didn't help the homeless. They constantly harass them.
What do you mean? What do they do?
The police will come give you a 12-month dispersal, which bans you from sitting down on the street for 12 months. If you get caught in that 12 months, then you get arrested and you end up going to jail.
Are you serious? So they will do a dispersal order where you're not allowed to sit on the street?
Aye. But then where I was supposed to go and what I was supposed to do.
How the heck can you control that?
Exactly.
I mean, to be honest, maybe the joke's on them because probably life is probably better in a jail cell sometimes than out on the streets anyway.
Well, of course.
But that is ridiculous. Like, the fact that the council's not able to help you with a house, and then at the same time, you're potentially going to get arrested for being out here.
It's mental.
For some reason, there just seems to be so many women on the streets in Newcastle. And the woman that I just met, she didn't want to be recorded, but her story was the most extreme story of anyone that I've talked to in this situation, anyone that I've talked to on the streets. She was out just on a normal day she had twins, and she was just going for a walk. And someone drove their car, hit the twins, and drove off. So she was saying it was a hit and run. And when it happened, she just basically said that her head completely went. And she couldn't go to the funeral. She mentioned about how she had to crawl on the floor towards the remains of one of her children, with blood spattered everywhere. I know that's really graphic. And the reason why she was worried to appear on the documentary was because she felt like after everything that happened, and that caused her to become homeless. But after everything that happened, she felt ashamed of her situation. And so what I tried to do is just to explain is that there's nothing shameful about being homeless. I mean, especially in a situation where something like that has happened to you, completely out of your control, one of the most unlucky, horrible, tragic things that could happen to anybody. It's not your fault. It's completely understandable that you could end up in a really difficult headspace and in a really difficult situation when something that dramatic happens to you. And she kept on saying that, she said a few times that she felt like, why did the car have to hit them and not hit herself? And I think one of the things that really hurt her mental health was that someone else said that to her. So they actually said to her, why did it have to hit your kids and not you? I don't know why someone would say that. It's a horrible thing to say. But she said that was one of the things that really was disastrous for her mental health, because it reinforced everything that she'd been saying in her own head. I mean, it reiterates that message that I was saying earlier, which is that not everyone that's homeless chooses to be there. Sometimes the situation that causes someone to be there, it could happen to anyone, and it's absolutely tragic. Is that one of the tough things about being on the streets, is you don't know who you can trust, really?
This is it. You show kindness where I can, and that means giving. I'm sort of begging her. I beg from the people who can afford it, and some of what I receive, we distribute to those more needy and less able than myself. But I was brought up that way. I was brought up strict Roman Catholic.
So you said that even though you're on the streets, you help other people. What do you mean by that?
I have a few spare quid. I'll give them to someone in a predicament similar to my own. Because what good you send out comes back to you.
But that's an amazing thing, and I've seen it from other people on the streets as well, is that even though you might be in a situation where you have almost nothing, you're thinking about how can I help other people. That's really amazing.
I think it's important because people who have never experienced destitution aren't really able to relate to it.
And you mentioned that you'd been punched on the face in the streets. Has anything else bad like that happened to you?
Forget all the things that happen. Just say I'm still alive, so I count my blessings and don't dwell too much on it. Because really, I wouldn't want to tip my karma the other way, because it's already balanced like the mini in the Italian job. I don't have enough to live on, but I have an adventure every day because I don't know where my next meal's coming from. And I have a lot of fun finding out.
It's amazing that you have such an optimistic, positive attitude. So you literally, that was such an interesting thing to say. You said you don't know where your next meal is coming from, but you enjoy waiting to find out where it is going to come from. Is it ever scary, though, not knowing where your next meal is going to come from?
No, because I've got ways of getting around that, and I'm not actually starving at this point, because people do help, but I do, I'll be honest, I don't tap on the street for food. I do it for money, for substances, which is my strategy for coping.
But what does that mean, though? That you don't tap on the streets for free, you tap on the streets for money. What does that mean?
It means I coming out to get money to pay for substances, besides the point that I don't have an ability to work in the legal economy on account of being intransigent, bad in my timekeeping, tardy, intransigent and slapdash. The employer doesn't want that. He wants somebody who knows the stuff, who turns up on time for 10 years solid without a day off, and does what he's told, and is very good in his attention to detail, and they're not my forte, so for that reason I'm forced to find an alternative route.
You're very honest, so essentially sounds like you're saying like you try and raise money which you spend basically on drugs to get by.
Yeah.
And what drugs is it that you like?
Oh, crack cocaine and heroin, or diamorphine hydrochloride and cocaine hydrochloride. Oh, well, no, cocaine rocked up into crack cocaine to smoke. I don't snort cocaine. Don't think snort is anything.
What is it you like about these drugs?
In a world with very little colour, they provide a little bit more contrast. They provide colour in a dull life. They're actually more than just an escape mechanism. I mean, genuinely, you're grateful for a way to get a head change, is what people call it, a head change, because you're sitting on this sort of normal, established level of average, and the drugs, where they rush your brain with endorphins and dopamine, which are pleasure chemicals. But the trouble is, you see, you need happiness, you don't need pleasure. You want pleasure, but you need happiness. And drugs will give you pleasure, but not happiness. If you like, happiness is the birthday party, pleasure is opening the presents.
Stay away from drugs. So many people have had their lives destroyed by drugs, and I'm pretty sure someone that I met took one pill, and it turned out to be a dodgy pill, and they died. So, yeah, I cannot express this enough. Stay away from drugs. And is the council doing much to help? Do you think they're going to?
Yeah, they're trying, yeah.
Okay, that's really good. So at least there's someone on your side trying to make a difference.
Yeah.
If you had like 3 wishes, what would you wish for?
If it's a flat, to get back, me health back to normal, and feel safe.
So do you feel like, is it partly being on the streets that you feel has affected your mental health?
Yeah, it does, aye. Especially when you say that, people jumping off a bridge and that. It's horrible. So it just doesn't go away from you. You're constantly thinking.
As in, you've seen people that are homeless jumping off the bridge?
Yeah. And I've also seen somebody who I didn't even know. She hid herself off the bridge. And I thought my friend was like just winding us up, and he went, "No, look, go and have a look." And as I got up, I just went, like that, I puked all over. All the thing was splat, blood everywhere. Oh, it was horrible.
So you looked over the bridge and you'd seen that someone.
Across the road, she basically, I was on the quayside. She basically hid herself off the Tyne bridge, and when I looked at her, puked all over us. It's horrible. I wouldn't like to see that again. I couldn't go through that again.
I'm sorry. Have you had anything bad happen to you whilst you've been on the streets, like violence?
No, it's been fine. All the people sound, they help you, they make sure you're all right.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad that people are helping you. When you first ended up homeless on the streets, how did those first few days feel on that?
Oh, scary, mate, because you don't know what's going to happen. You find where you see these programs where people get fucking cerebral, stabbed, kicked the fuck, you know what I mean? But that's been fine.
Okay, so I guess your main problem's been probably the cold more than anything.
Aye. And trying to find somewhere safe to lie down as well, but you do find places. You just had to go out the city.
You go out to the outskirts and find somewhere quiet.
Aye, the way you don't get disturbed.
See, maybe this is why you've not had any violence done to you, because you've been smart about it.
Aye, on a night time, aye. Not sleeping in the town centre, I think it's a good idea not to. Aye.
This is the thing, because I think the people that sleep in the city centre, I think most of them have had violence, so I'm glad that you've got a strategy.
Yeah, I think best advice is be out on the outskirts. Get out of the town centre, yeah. Especially when you're going to go to sleep.
Yeah, because that's the hardest thing, right? Because you're in a vulnerable position because you're out in the open, but at the same time, you're asleep, so you have no idea what's going on.
What's going to happen, aye? You have to sleep with one eye open, don't you? So you're not getting a proper sleep, really.
100%.
everyone's treated different in life, and I don't think in this country's not equal. Everyone's treated different, and there needs to be a guideline. There needs to be a line, like, I don't know, there's no equal opportunities,
Who do you think it is that's stopping those equal opportunities?
It's got to be the council, because it's the council who house you. It's the government, the council, there's no one else. And myself, really, or when I was younger, yeah. I apologise for that.
One thing I respect about you, it was Paul, right? You're very honest about the things that you regret, the decisions that you made. And fair play. That's very humble. I think a lot of people in your situation would blame everyone else. But
I blame myself. Blame nobody but myself. Because not them sitting there. It's me who's sitting here. So I blame myself. No one else.
I noticed that you've got a cut above your eye.
There's a lot of violence on the streets. Is it a hot drink, please?
Coffee or tea?
Mocha, please.
Thank
you.
Nice one, man.
I can kind of see you shivering a little bit, I think, even though you've got the sleeping bag, because which is natural.
I'm run down, I'm just drained, and that takes it out of you.
Just exhausted.
Aye.
I mean, it must be so hard to get a proper night's sleep on the street.
It is. Nightmare.
Is there anything that you need that I could get that would help?
I'm dehydrated, I need a drink.
That's all you want? You sure you don't want anything else as well?
Wait, there's some food and that.
You want some food and a drink? Mate, that's no problem at all, Give me a few minutes, I'll come straight back, alright?
Yeah, spot on.
Yeah, mate, so unfortunately the cafe was closed, but so you wanted some water, right? So I managed to get some of that, and then some food. Got some, oops, sorry, some fingers, a couple of pepperoni, some cheese. Got whatever this is, pepperoni. Hopefully it lasts you a little bit. Mate. No, mate, thank you, mate, for taking the time to speak to me.
All
the best. Do you feel like you are kind of staying strong to an extent? Because I feel like I feel like you've been through a lot, because you have. But at the same time, I do feel
very infectious, right? So whether you mean your smile or you don't mean your smile, whether you mean it or not, if someone sees your smile, they're going to smile back at you. It's infectious,
I think it's really good that you have that attitude. And one last thing I wanted to ask about was your art. So I feel bad because I'm actually kind of stood on it, but it's actually no, it doesn't look crap at all. This is it certainly looks like an expression of.
So this is me saying I really want to fly far away from here.
Oh, okay, so it has a meaning as well. So the butterflies are you saying you want to fly away from here?
Yeah.
And then you've
Get
got
a home, isn't it?
lots of butterflies and bees, I think.
Yeah.
And then you've got a lion with a cat in the hat.
Yes.
Okay.
But I like my butterfly best.
Your butterfly's your favourite bit.
Yeah. So I use these paint pens, which I buy out of the money people give me, just to occupy myself, which is someone's.
Ah, okay.
Pascal pens.
Pascal pens.
Yeah.
Okay, that's very cool.
Thank you very much.
No, I really like it. You've always been kind of an artistic person?
Absolutely not. No.
No, this is just...
Boredom, innit?
Fair enough.
Boredom, at least I'm honest.
Yeah, exactly. Well, look, I'll see whether I've got any cash or anything. Maybe it can be used for some of those pens or something.
It's not much to go with the change I've
Everything
got.
helps, man. That's just thank you very much.
Oops.
Yeah. Fuck that. sorry. He dropped his money.
Yeah. It was just to do with anyway. So some of these notes are zloty, which is Polish currency, but it can just be converted at some of it is English money anyway. But the bits that are zloty, if you just take it to a currency converter, it will you could make even more of the pavement beautiful.
Yes, absolutely.
Wish all the best. What was your name again?
China.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, China, and all
Thank
the
you
best.
very
If I
much.
come back to Newcastle again, I will come and say hi.
Thank you very much.
All the best. You thought that drugs was going to bring you happiness, but actually it didn't?
No, I'm well aware it wouldn't, but I wasn't thinking that far ahead, or I couldn't join the dots and get to the next stage because I was forced to apply for jobs where there were 40 or 60 other candidates for one job. And
You mentioned about your struggles with the job market. Do you think that if you had better opportunities, do you think you might not have turned to drugs?
it took more vocational effort when I was at uni and the years immediately following when I left university. I might have been able to get on a management training scheme, tick boxes and get my 2.4 children and my semi. But you know what, I'm a bit too mental for all that, I'll be quite honest. I like a laugh. I've done stuff that I wouldn't want to confess to, but let's just say you don't meet someone like me every day.
Fair play. Okay, that's interesting. That look is kind of scary.
Is that okay? How long is...
No, that's okay, man. Like, I'll, yeah.
You edit it, chop it up and change it.
Yeah, we're going to have to edit this a lot.
Equipment, you know?
It's like the worst things that's happened to you whilst you've been on the streets.
Oh, getting stabbed. Getting stabbed, kicked in, attacked. Got a lot of things I can say, but a lot of things I don't want to say as well, you know. So
things that are so horrible that you don't want to say what they are.
A lot of violence and upsetting things that'll just play on my mind all day, you know. So
is there anything that you need, anything that I can get that would help?
I need a new life. I know you can't help that, but it's hard, you know. It's going to take a long time, I think.
Do you need like a sleeping bag or
sleeping bag? Yeah, please.
Like an extra layer of warmth.
Yeah, an extra layer. Yeah, but cold coming.
Yeah, that's one thing I was just going to ask you as well. Is like, what's that like being sort of homeless in the winter?
Oh, it's a nightmare in the winter. It's sometimes you want to be locked up in the police cell just for the warmth, and that's a sad thing to say. It is, because no one wants to be locked up. Nobody wants to be on the streets. I just want to be settled and live a life, you know what I mean? But I blame myself for the years I was in school. I didn't stick in where I should have.
All right, mate. I totally get you. Like, I think I probably would agree with you. I would imagine that being in a jail cell would probably be more comfortable in the winter than sleeping on the pavement in the freezing cold. But yeah, I'll grab your sleeping bag and see if that can hopefully help. All right, I'll be back.
So they were complaining about that as well.
Okay, so I've got this sleeping bag for Paul, but Paul is gone. Sleeping bag, but yeah, no one to give it to. I mean, the one thing I would say is, not that this is a good thing, but there is so many people that are homeless in Newcastle that I don't think it's going to be that hard to find another person that needs a sleeping bag. But the only thing is, Paul's situation did feel, you know, you could really tell how sad he felt, how downtrodden. So it would have been nice to brighten his day a little bit. So I'm fairly sure it was that Greg's there. You can just see it over there. It was that Greg's there where I was talking to him, but not there anymore. I'm gonna have a little look around the area just to see in case he's moved. Unfortunately, I couldn't find Paul. It's unlikely that I will ever bump into him again. What are you hoping for? Like, if you...
Hoping you get somewhere to stay, then hoping you get into work. Aye, just need somewhere first. Obviously, you can't turn up to work bloody like, you know what I mean? Stinking.
Exactly, 100%. It must be really almost impossible to find work whilst on the street. I've got something for you, because I know you said that it can be quite cold, so I've got a sleeping bag. I know you've already got one, but what I think is...
Spot on, thank you very much.
What I think is, like, it's another layer, right? Yeah, so if you've got one...
Especially when the cold's coming. Aye.
That's what I'm thinking, is like, because it can get very cold.
That's Diamond, thank you very much.
Oh, massive respect for you, man, and I hope the council helps you, man. They need to help
on Friday, I'll go to somewhere. Yeah, you know what I mean? Then I'll pass this on to somebody else.
Oh, mate, do you know what? That's the beautiful thing about people that I've met in Newcastle, is like, it's similar situation to yourself, and they're like thinking already about how they can help other people, which is amazing.
Yes, you have to help each other, we have to help each other, man. We do, that's one thing. There's not many left that helps each other, but you do. We look after each other, yeah, do, man. Thank you for that.
I don't know if people realise how kind people like yourself, people that are literally, struggling but so kind, like it's really amazing, so awesome. And just thank you, man.
Never, respect, man.
Appreciate it, buddy. Another person that was in this situation after a family member died. I mean, I'm hoping if you watch this documentary, you will never again believe that all homeless people are in this situation by choice. It shouldn't have to be this way. Oops, someone was getting run over. Is there anything else that it's important for people to know about life on the streets?
If you can help it, try not to end up on the streets. Most people just walk past you like they are now. They don't, like if you say have a nice day, they don't even acknowledge you. Do you know what I mean? Most people just think you want money. I'd rather have food. Do you know what I mean? But
and one thing that I've noticed is, just as I'm walking up this street, I've already met 2 women that are homeless. So yourself and another person as well. I don't know what, it's surprising to me to see so many women that are on the streets.
I'd say there's about 6 of them, maybe more.
Is there anything that I could kind of get you, anything that would help?
Sleeping bag if you don't mind.
Yeah, so you don't have a sleeping bag at the moment?
That's it. That's all I've got, this blanket, yeah.
Wow, so especially going into winter and you've just got the...
Soaking, and then when I was trying to dry them out by putting them out, like on the rails there, just over there, it started raining again, so basically it was wrecked.
Okay, let me definitely get you a sleeping bag, because I don't, especially going through the winter, I don't want you to have to go through that. So she didn't want her face shown, which is why she had her hood a little bit over her face, and that was partly out of fear because of what the man had done to her, and she just wanted to make sure that she was safe. And it's so sad that people end up on the streets because of horrible things like domestic abuse. Now, she's also said that she wants a milkshake, so I'm going to grab one of those, but then I really want to get her a sleeping bag before she moves on.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So at the moment I am a bit struggling to find this Argos, and if you have watched many of these documentaries before, you know that it's quite often that by the time I get back they've gone and I can't find them again. So I really hope that I find it quickly. I've been getting lost in shopping centres because I think it's somewhere in this shopping centre, but I don't know where. Bingo. Let's hope she's still there by the time I get back.
Oh, Thank you very much. Oh, thank you very much, darling. I much appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you very much for speaking to me.
Thank you very much, darling. Thank you.
All the best.
Thank you.
No problem. Okay, so I picked up some coffee for us. Oh, and some as well. It's starting to get dark. You alright, mate?
Get it off the cow.
I'd get off the cow. Mate, so I got some milk. Got this, some sweet corn. So I hope.
No way.
Yeah, man. So it's from the city centre. Favorite coffee.
Man, thank you very
Like,
much.
I don't know whether you've tried it. Have you tried the Kenko one before?
Yeah, that's my favorite, man.
It's your favourite, mate. That's my favourite at the moment as well.
Man,
So.
I told you, if it's not this, I'm having a Costa coffee.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not Kenko. I hope Kenko seen it and sponsor me.
We'll see, man.
Yeah,
But
man,
yeah.
thank you very much.
No
brother.
bother.
I'm gonna have a coffee after all day, man. Thank you very much.
So, mate, absolute pleasure. Perhaps the most important documentary I ever made was one in Bradford. So click here to watch that.
I mean, it's cold, it's freezing, and honest to God, it's not good.